another Friday. Hi, and welcome to the growth process. For the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing a series titled the People Series, and it's just about going back to the basics where we talk about basic things from trust to communication and forgiveness. So today I'll be starting with trust. I've heard a lot of quotes on trust, but one that has really stuck with me is that trust is like a piece of paper. This piece of paper here, it's a clean slate, has no creases, has no mark on it. And then for some reason, I decide to. Now, let's say I'll try and then bring it back to its normal state. Even though I've succeeded in unfolding the paper, it's not going to be the same because for some reason I mishandled it. Have you ever been in a situation where your trust was broken, and how did you handle it? How did you deal with it? Now, before I even move on to my next question, I just want to quickly state here that you having your trust broken does not necessarily mean there's a problem with you or it was your fault, that there was something wrong with you that led to the other party breaking your trust. So if you've ever been in a situation where you find yourself blaming yourself for the whole breach of trust, today I want to remind you that most likely it is not your fault and you don't have to blame yourself. Now, the other question I want to ask is, have we ever also broken anyone's trust? And why did we do that? Of course, most of the time it will not be deliberate. Sometimes it may be, if I can put it that way. If that's the case, I'll suggest you try reaching out to the person whose trust was betrayed if you can, and then ask for forgiveness so you can close that chapter and the person can also move on in case they haven't. Now, I'd like to share just a few ways by which we can build and maintain trust. And the first one, do unto others as you have them do unto you. If we keep this at the back of our minds, it will guide us in some of the things, or if not all of the things that we do. If you know, for example, that you will not like it if your neighbor did this to you, it should be a guiding principle where you also remember that because I didn't like it, or I won't like it if this is done to me, I have to try my best to also make sure I don't do that to this person. Now, speaking of that, I'll also talk about respecting others' vulnerability. If, for instance, someone comes to confide in you about something, don't go and tell party B who goes to tell party C, and before you realize it's gone back to the person who confided in you, and it becomes a whole different situation and trust is broken. So we must learn to respect others' vulnerability. Now, another way by which we can build and maintain trust is by being open and transparent. Just try and be as truthful as possible. We don't always have to lie about stuff. Sometimes it seems very convenient to tell a lie because it can get you out of a tight corner that you put yourself in. In the long run, telling lies does not really help because it builds a form of reputation where it will be easy for the other party to think lying is second nature to use it, so they have to watch their backs. So as much as possible, just don't lie. Even if the truth may hurt sometimes, it's better to tell the truth and then learn from it and bounce back than to keep lying, because once you start a lie, you have to keep working to maintain that lie, and then one day you just forget yourself. So as much as possible, be open and transparent. Try and create that environment or that atmosphere where your partner is at ease, knowing that whether she's there or not, or whether he's there or not, he or she can trust you. You will not do anything to break that safe space that the two of you have created together. That thing I believe can help us to build and maintain trust is having boundaries. I hope you've watched my video on boundaries. If you've not, please, after this, please go and watch it. If you know you act a certain way in a certain situation or circumstance, try your best to avoid it. This even brings a verse to mind that talks about flee from temptation, run from it. It doesn't say walk away, because temptation can be very strong, but you need to create a certain safe space around yourself and build boundaries that will not even put you in a tight spot in the first place. And also, if ever we've been in a situation where we've broken somebody's trust, learn to give the person time to get over it. You need to guard against forcing the person to come back to normal or to forgive us for breaking their trust, because when your trust is broken, it takes some time for you to get over it or to forget about it. So we need to learn to put ourselves in their shoes and give them time. These days we take it for granted a lot, and it's something that we need to bring back in our relations with people, ranging from marriages to relationships, friendships, even business partnerships, etc. Trust is an expensive commodity that we need to guard and cherish. And we also need to remember, just as we are always looking for trustworthy people or hoping that those around us will safeguard that trust, we must also remember to be trustworthy people ourselves. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Next week, God willing, will continue with communication. Remember, you are loved. Until next week, God willing, take care, stay safe, and bye.